There's a great artist there from Italy that has a big following, and he's great when he comes over. Can you remind me on his name again there?
Aldeason and Pino Tocco, Pino's the guitarist.
They're amazing. I remember being on here in Rosatoe's. We're actually in Rosatoe's tonight, everyone. I remember being on watching Aldeason and Pino Tocco, did you say? Yeah, they were brilliant.
Pino Tocco, yeah.
Pino Tocco.
Yeah, I tried. They don't normally go. They have a Dylan pilgrimage every year. They'd been to Greenwich Village the year before, so they don't normally do 2 years to trot. They did 2 years to trot here because they really enjoyed it. Well, I don't think they'll be coming back next year for one reason. Al thinks that Pino's playing with other people now, so he's not sure they'll be back together again.
Right.
He says the Dylan project is on, but maybe not this year. But Jacques Mies, who was the guy from Holland, who was the big success last year, and probably had the gig at the festival in the Barracuda on the Sunday night. He's definitely coming back. He's hoping to come over for 2 weeks. Like last year, he came back in October. He thought this was Dylan Town. He could just come over any time and get gigs.
Oh, imagine.
He did get a couple, but he had to go home. He had come for a month, but he did a couple of gigs. Then he had to go
it's always good to keep the party going, I suppose. You know what I mean?
One of the ideas I'm thinking of is because it's only sort of the Dylan Festival's a weekend a year, and it's good to get a. There's a town in France called A-R-E-S. rather than A-R-S-E.
Right.
It's R, it's pronounced, not ours. And it's they got an idea a few years ago. And what the idea was that they were going to, the town council voted to build a place for alien spacecraft to land.
Right.
And I think they all laughed at the end of it. So they built that, they put on it, which could be seen from the sky, welcome visitors from space.
Right.
So, now about a few years later, it's a town of 15,000 people. They've now got a multiple of the tourists they used to get, because all the Trekkies go there, the UFO people, because they know that other people like them are going to be there. So I was thinking maybe what would be the big idea for Revel? Maybe make this Dylan Town.
A bit of a closet Star Trek fan myself, so maybe I could go there sometime. But anyway, that's a whole different ball game. But that's interesting, yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, get off your arse and get over to R.
What was I going to say? Also, I was going to talk about your very acclaimed website, crackon.com. How did that come about, and what was the story there?
I can't remember really why. It started, I think it was 2006, November 2006. I run a website anyway myself, and I just thought it would be nice to, the papers are good, but they're only out a few times a week, and you've got to wait to hear the news, so local news, it's instant on the internet, you can get it straight away. And what I wanted to make, it wasn't really news, it was the crack. Some of the stuff wouldn't make the newspapers, like, say, the white wall falling down, which is things that a lot of people that read it, I think it gets read in several continents, some in Australia, people in Australia read it, it's read at I think it's the Wall Street Stock Exchange. A girl wrote to me from there, says she prints out the articles every week and sends them to her mother in Canada, who must be from Mobile originally. And I think at it's in Geneva at the European Parliament. I think somebody said that they read it there. So I think what people have told me is that people are from here but away. They said they can get the news from say the Derry Journal Online. Well, they says it gives them a flavour of what people are talking about back home. You know, what's going on sort of in the pubs and bars, what people are talking about. So I'm quite pleased that they think that.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I set up this too, the YouTube channel and that, because I feel that I get a good few viewers from different countries like Australia and that, where people are, like you were saying yourself. It gives you a good buzz when you see when people say to you from them different countries that they were watching your stuff or whatever. But it's all about passion, isn't it, with stuff like that? You know, the passion is massive when it comes to that kind of thing.
Hey, we must get a webcam or something like that for one of the festivals, so people can look in to see somebody playing in Rosatoes or somewhere like that for the festival. I
haven't really looked into the whole streaming thing, but I know a few people who would be into it, you know, but good crack, wouldn't it?
It would be.
As far as the whole thing goes, can you name a few bands that are coming for the Beatles Fest? Are the Cavernites coming back?
No, I contacted last year. They said they wanted to come back. No, the Cavanites. I'm getting mixed up with Candlestick Park. The Cavanites want to come back.
Right.
But we got a grant this year, so they were the most expensive band. So although they want to come back, we probably can't afford them this year.
Right.
But one of them wanted to actually come back here and live. The Candlestick Park, the band that played last year, I got in touch with them, but I think they have broken up now.
Right.
Which is a bit of a shame. One of them's left and the other one's not sure quite what to do now. But we're actually getting the guy to say that the guy Mick Dunn up from Dublin to play. You know, he's a member of, he's part of Beetlebug Radio and he's well known about the Dublin scene, so he's going to be coming up.
Yeah.
And we've got quite a few other good acts as well. Maybe not for the first one, but for the second Beatles Fest, there was a guy who came over here last year called Neil Tudor. He's a Paul McCartney lookalike. He's great. People love him.
I remember reading about that. All right.
Not just a lookalike, but a sound-alike too. We had a great session up in the local school, School Owen, where the kids sang Beatles songs. Paddy was accompanying them. And Neil Tudor came up and Tony Bramwell came up. It was fantastic. The parents came along, teachers all there. In fact, Gary Foster said we must do this every year, you know, as we're leaving. But what happened was that one little girl came up to, one little girl came up and asked Tony Bramwell for his autograph. So a few other ones ran up. And then he wanted the autograph of Neil Tudor as well. It took us 3/4 of an hour to get out there. I was a bit worried because we're supposed to be up in Radio, the Mark Patterson show at Radio Foyle. I thought, my God, we can't tell the kids to go. We can't tell right talk. Okay, that's enough. We managed to make it in time. But that was really enjoyable. So hopefully Neil Tudor he can't make it for the first one because he's going to be in America. I mean he's been on as Paul McCartney's double in a couple of videos. In fact, he actually represented him at a party one time. They were throwing it. I think it was for the keyboards player in Paul McCartney's band. And he couldn't make it, so he asked him to go along and perform there. But Paul McCartney told him when he saw him later, he says, you know, people are still talking that night. He said, they're still saying, look, you ignored me. I said hello to you, you just ignored me. He said, I had to tell him I wasn't even there, that wasn't me.
Well, we're going to wrap things up now shortly, but it's been great having you on the KEOGH show for CKTV, YouTube, the whole lot. And I just want to say a couple of other things. I've heard a few rumours about a dance fest coming in the future, and I've also heard something about a folk fest, but I don't know if that's true or not. But can you maybe elaborate on them rumours?
Well, there's quite a few top DJs, young DJs about the town. We've spoken before of maybe having a weekend for dance music. I know they've had one or two impromptu ones in beaches, etc. somewhere, but so bring it into the town. Not quite sure if it'll happen yet or when it'll happen, but it's something I think will happen at some point. Right. But see, we've formed a group at the moment. It's called Maville and Greencastle Music Academy.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything to do with music. I know you came along and sang at Magma Night in the Trollman.
The whole place empty, didn't it?
No, not at all. And there's a whole load of good acts there. Singer-songwriters. So what we want to do is we have a committee meeting once a month for acts, and also a Magma Night for singer-songwriters to come along and perform. Yeah. So if everybody wants to come and join the Magma group, Maville and Greencastle Music Academy, we're hoping to spin off lots of events from that. Maybe get it to take over the Dillon Fest, Beatles Fest, in case I can hit me a bus or something like that. And maybe spin off things like a dance festival, a folk festival. There's so much talent around the town, and so much more even come out of the schools now. The Upson was a great help.
Absolutely,
so much talent, and also
very prosperous, like, you know.
Oh yeah, and the school do that thing in Derry once a year at Millennium Forum, and I think they're bringing on a lot of good talents, which I think Maville is becoming a music town. My son asked me, he said he was doing his French homework.
You could nearly call it Motown, Jerry.
That's what my son said. He's doing his French homework. He said, Dad, what does Ville mean in English? And I says, it's town. He says, that means Maville's Motown. So that's right.
Makes sense. Then when you see the acting going on around the town, you can nearly call it Mollywood. It's all good crack. Thanks very much for coming on the KEOGH show, Jerry, for CKTV, YouTube, KEOGHster, over and out.
This is what's done on the watership. The winds of war have